You know, the tools we use to build things on the web, to create, to share ideas, to connect with people, they're supposed to open doors for us, right? They should empower everyone. But what happens when those very tools, the ones designed to help us create, actually end up building walls instead?
Let's really dig into that for a second. Imagine you're trying to build a website, or maybe you're updating your company's online training, or even just posting on social media. But the tool itself just stops you. For millions of people with disabilities, this isn't some what-if scenario. It's what they deal with every single day. Take Martin. He's a consultant, and he's just trying to update his website to get some new business. The site builder he uses tells him to just drag and drop a new section onto the page. Easy, right? Well, Martin is blind. He uses a screen reader and can't use a mouse. So for him, that simple drag and drop feature, it's not a cool shortcut. It's a wall, a total dead end. Or think about Arun. He's a school administrator, and because of a spinal cord injury, he uses his voice to control his computer. A super basic task, like sorting a list of students in the school's online system, is completely impossible for him. Why? Because the little sort button doesn't respond to a voice command. What's just a simple click for most people is a complete impossibility for him. Think about that.
Now you might be thinking these are niche problems in some weird specialized software, right? No. These issues with Martin and Arun, they're happening in the kinds of digital tools that millions of us are using every single day to create pretty much everything on the web.
The fancy term for all this stuff is authoring tools, but really, it's probably a lot of things you use without even thinking about it. We're talking about content management systems like WordPress or Drupal, learning management systems at your school, those no-code website builders, and yeah, even blogs, wikis, and social media sites. Heck, if you've ever hit Save as HTML in a word processor, you've used an authoring tool.
So you gotta ask, how do we fix this? How do we tear down these walls and turn these tools back into the gateways they're supposed to be? Well, the good news is we actually have a blueprint for this. It's a global standard, and it's called ATAG.
ATAG stands for Authoring Tool Accessibility Guidelines. It comes from the World Wide Web Consortium, the W3C, so you know it's legit. And its entire purpose is to solve this exact problem. It gives developers a clear guide on how to build tools that people with disabilities can actually use, and, just as importantly, helps those creators make stuff that's accessible to everyone else.
And this is where it gets really smart and honestly kind of elegant. It's split into two simple parts. Think of it this way. Part A is all about the person making the thing. Can a creator like Martin or Arun actually use the tool? Can they get to all the buttons and menus? Then you have Part B, which is about the person who's going to see the thing. Does the tool help the creator make a website or a post that someone with a disability can actually use and understand? It's a perfect two-part solution for a two-sided problem.
All right, so that's the big picture. Theory's great, but let's see how this actually plays out for the people we met earlier. Let's connect these guidelines to some real-world problems and see how ATAG provides the answer. Let's go back to Martin. Remember, he's stuck because of that mouse-only drag-and-drop feature. This is a textbook Part A problem. The tool's interface is the barrier.
And this isn't some abstract problem with a fuzzy solution. ATAG has a very specific, very direct answer for this exact situation.
Boom, right there, ATAG Guideline A3.1. It says that all features have to be usable with a keyboard. That one rule changes everything. It means developers have to offer another way, besides drag and drop, to get the job done. Suddenly, Martin can just use his keyboard to add that section to his site. He's completely unblocked.
Now let's look at a Part B problem. This is Daxo. He owns a repair shop and loves sharing video tips. He wants his deaf customers to be able to watch them, but he has no idea how to add captions. And his video tool? It doesn't offer him any help at all.
And look, Daxo's a mechanic, not an accessibility pro. He shouldn't have to be. And that's exactly what ATAG is for. It provides guidance so developers can build tools that help out creators just like him.
This guideline, B.23, is all about the tool assisting the author. So, instead of leaving Daxo stranded, a good tool would see he uploaded a video and go, hey, want to add some captions? Maybe it even has a simple captioning tool built right in. It takes the problem from I don't know how to a simple, guided click here to start. Okay, one more. Meet Amali. She's a hairdresser, and her clients, especially the older ones, are telling her, hey, we can't read your site. The template she picked from her website builder uses this light gray text on a white background. It's a classic design mistake that's really hard for a lot of people to read.
And you can't blame Amali, right? She's not a web designer. She trusted the tool to give her good working templates. ATAG is all about making sure that trust pays off by ensuring those options are accessible from the get-go.
And this is a perfect example of Guideline B2.4. A tool that follows ATAG isn't going to offer you templates that are broken from the start. Better yet, it might have a little checker that warns Amela, whoa, that color combination is really hard to read. It empowers her to make good choices without having to become an expert herself.
Okay, so we've seen the problem and we've seen the solution. That leaves us with one last really important question. Why should you care about this right now?
Well, let's just tick them off because the reasons are huge. First off, in many places, accessibility is the law. Second, if you want to sell your software to big organizations, especially government or schools, they often require it. They literally won't buy your product otherwise. Beyond that, it's a massive competitive advantage. In a world that's finally focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, building accessible tools isn't just some nice feature. It says everything about your company's values.
So, it all comes back to where we started. The entire web is built with these tools. And every single design choice a developer makes can either open a door for someone or lock it shut. ATAG is the key. So for anyone out there building our digital world, the question you have to ask yourself is this: is the tool you're making a gateway for everyone, or is it a gatekeeper for only some?